Okay, big shock. I might go over a minute today. I want to talk about how to handle requests at events. And there's a lot of different theories on this. I'll give you mine. You do what you want with this, and it's got to fit for your personality and style as well. But here's the basic approach for me. When some guest, I'm talking about guest requests now, come up and request a song, sort of the standard thing when DJs don't want to play the song is something along the lines of, I'll see what I can do. I'll try to get to it. My feeling is that that's a mistake if you're not going to play it. If you're not going to play the song, I think you should, first off, tell them you're not going to play it. And if you're not sure, it's okay to say, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to that. I'll try. But there are times when it's like, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to it. And I'll say, I don't think I'm going to have time. If I can, I will, but I don't know. Or if I'm going to play it, but I know it's going to be a while. I may say, I will. I'm not going to be able to get to it it's probably going to be, it might be an hour from now before I get to it. I think that people appreciate the honesty, for one thing. They know when they're being put off. That's the other piece of it. But it invites them to keep coming back if you give them the old, well, I'll see what I can do. Hey, how's that request coming along? I don't want them to keep coming back up, bugging me for their song. So my approach always is, sometimes it requires you to ask more questions, which I do for everything. If you're just in the dance mode and they're asking for a hot new dance song, a specific one, it probably doesn't require a why. But especially if they're asking for like a slow song, you're like, what, that song have some significance to you? And it might be something you can do something with, but let them know if you're going to do it. In terms of the do not play list, people have a very different approach on this. Some would have the theory, I will never tell them it's on the do not play list because I don't want them to go to the bride and groom. I disagree with that. I would tell them that I'm not going to play it because it's on the do not play list. And it's an easy thing to do if you do it well, right? So when they come up, I would just say, listen, by the way, I always begin with, I love that song. Like, that doesn't matter what it is. I'm like, oh, great song. Wish I could play it. The bride gave me like 4 songs to not play tonight. That was one of them. I can't do that one. Is there something else I can play for you? All right. So, and usually the answer is no, or sometimes they'll go, well, let me think of something. Say, yeah, go away and come back when you've thought of what it is. You do get it does create the potential for them to say, well, oh, I'm the bride's, this one. I'm the bride's cousin and I'm her best friend. Yeah, but you're not in the wedding party, right? So you're not that good of a friend. And I know she wants it. Like, I know she doesn't. And sometimes they'll tell you, I'm going to go ask the bride, or you can read that they're going to. And this is where, I've used good humor with this, but I'm pretty straightforward with them. I was like, please don't. If you ask her and she comes over and tells me to play it, I won't do it because she already asked me not to. And it's her wedding. Come on. And that's how I do. I go, come on, man. Look, when you hire me to do your wedding, I'll do the same thing for you. You don't want a song and somebody wants me to play it, I'll tell them no. But, come on, that's her wedding. This song isn't going to make or break you. She asked not to play it at her wedding. Don't put her in that awkward position. And I've had it happen still where the bride goes, oh, go ahead and play it. And in that case, might be the one exception when I would lie and say, I don't have it. You know what? I didn't bring it because you told me not to play it, so I didn't bring it. But I don't tell people typically that I don't have a song that I have for 2 reasons. One is it's always been easy, but it's easier than ever now when they go, just download it, or I've got it on my phone, right? It's too easy for them to overcome that objection. But I think also, this person requesting a song is a potential client. And, they're asking you to play some popular song and, here's, grandma, and she wants you to play Celebration, and the bride doesn't want you to play Celebration. And you say to this person, I'm sorry, I don't have Celebration. And they're like, what kind of DJ doesn't have Celebration, right? Or it could be same thing. If it's a new song, it's like, wow, this guy doesn't even have the newest stuff. So you don't want to make yourself look bad. It's easy just to say no. And sometimes it's the lyrics don't fit. And again, I use a lot of humor with this. So somebody asked me to play a really inappropriate song, and I go, that's a great song, but come on, man, you know I can't play that. Why not? Well, because look around, pal. It's a wedding. So no, I know I can play the clean version of that where they edit out the F-bomb, but the song's dirty. You know I can't play. This was a club, I'd be all over it. But yeah, come on, I can't do that. You know that. And 99 times out of 100, the answer is, I know. I thought it would be cool. I'm like, I know, but we can't. And they're cool with it. And now you've related to them, as opposed to just going, oh, let me see what I can do. And now they keep coming back to try to get you to do it. Or when you can't explain music theory, especially to somebody who's drinking, right? So, well, why can't you play it? I'm not going to go into the whole thing with them. I'm like, I don't have time. And this is, by the way, another great reason to have another person there who can sort of be your buffer with this. So usually I'm the buffer. I've got a DJ who's doing the mixing, but they're still coming to me. And if they're trying to go to the DJ, I'm heading them off, right? I'm getting there in front of them, like, what can I do for you? It's like, oh, I got a request. Well, tell me. And I was like, yeah, I can't do that. So there's a way around that. I think being honest is the way to go. I think being easy going. Again, we're the party people, right? So you don't want to be the fun police on this thing, but it's like, I can't play that one because the lyrics are inappropriate and listen, there's a lot of levels of inappropriate. That's a whole other minute, right? I Will Survive is probably not appropriate, but we play that at weddings, right? So, but there are songs that genuinely are inappropriate. Either the lyrics are really bad. Fortunately, I got out last year before WAP became a big thing. I don't know how you guys all would have dealt with that. That would have been a problem for a lot of people. But you have to look at those things. So for requests, and by the way, I don't want them to write down requests. I don't encourage requests. If you do encourage requests, which I discourage you from doing, the phrasing is, if you have a song, and especially for those of you who like go to tables and talk to people, what you want to say is not, is there a song you'd like to hear? Is there a song you'd like to dance to? So that's how you want to, if you ever are going to encourage requests. I don't put out, pads of paper for them to write it on. I don't want them to text it to me. The reality is I don't need help programming the music. Frankly, I don't know what the percentage is. 80% of the requests that we get are not helpful. Either I was going to play them anyway, right? So I didn't need their request, or it's not really a great choice, and I got to try to figure out a way to work it in, and we can do that. Maybe 20% of the time I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, sure. I wouldn't have even thought of that song, but I think it works great for this crowd. Sometimes, I'm not adverse to the idea of people coming to me with ideas that will make the party better, but generally speaking, they're probably not as qualified as we are for music programming and selection. So pretty sure I went over the minute. I didn't have my timer on today, but sorry about that. But I think requests is something we deal with a lot, and I hope those ideas give you something. If you have a different opinion on it, feel free to put it in the comments, either on one of the Facebook pages where I post this or here on YouTube. Feel free to post your thoughts as well. I've thought it out. I've done 30 years of trying every conceivable way. It's what works the best for me, and hopefully it'll work well for you too. We'll see you next week.